Welcome. Thank you for choosing to be here today. There's a lot of concepts in this video, both spoken and unspoken, and I am grateful that you have arrived. Please take your time and listen, and again, thank you for coming. Hi, good morning. I have a very big sort of special message coming in, and I was, so how did this come about? Well, a couple of days ago, not having to work, I ended up working like a lot of 14-hour shifts and this and that. And so I'm kind of like, now it's time to just be at home for a bit. And so I'm sort of like forced to be grounded, but yeah, not. I take it as it comes. I know when it's time, the universe has, or myself has created these times for me to receive new stuff, new energies, new whatever. So, all right. Let's kind of package this up as to why. So, I feel like what's been happening over the past decade, a lot of people lost jobs, basically life as it was came to a abrupt halt, and a whole brand new person came out from whatever had happened. And then there we were, sitting in this silence and receiving and becoming this new being. Higher. Words are tough, right? Because we talk too many words are sort of like hierarchy, but it's not. It's everything is as it is. But so this is what happened, is that we were coming into like more knowledge, more light, more understanding, more meaning, veils lifting, understanding the programs, understanding like everything that's happening, to the point where we almost were like isolated, because like those that we were once before, now we cannot really coincide with them. So we found each other, lots of us, in the spiritual community. But then after a while, it seemed like a whole lot of us, like probably 80% of us, went then back into the workforce, went back in as new people, new energy, all of that stuff. I mean, we were pulling in cosmic galactic energies and earth energies, and just balancing and transmuting all of it and becoming a vessel to now then go into our specific places. I mean, we got people who were, working at a, I don't know, fast food chain, and now they're getting degrees in psychology. We have ones that are going in the medical field. We have ones that are infiltrating retail on a higher level, marketing, advertising, media, and schools, nursing, doctors, teachers, places where that's just a regular person, right? But as a evolved individual, now you are spreading that energetic DNA that everywhere. Okay, so that's where we're at right now. So this is the big message. So sitting in silence, I'm working on. I'm making like I'm doing paperwork stuff, and I thought I'm gonna listen to a couple of people I used to listen to on YouTube and see what they got to say. These are people that really had great things to say during my time of needing clarity and confirmation. Well, I started listening to one for a couple of minutes, and I started listening. Then I was like, that don't feel right. Then I listened to another one. I listened to about 6 different people, and I don't think I'm going to unsubscribe from any of them, but I'm just not going to listen for another 6 months or so and just see what happens, because here's what it came in like a big download package, and I'm trying to unpackage it into words to convey, but the energy is here, and if you just sit quietly, you'll understand. Like it'll come into you. So, those people who remained in the remained cloistered in their homes, or still receiving information, still receiving from the universe, receiving without putting it into their human experience, their human practice. And I don't mean going out and getting a degree like me and a bunch of other people did. I don't mean going out and getting a job. I don't mean none of that. I mean, there's millions of ways. I mean, I'm getting like thoughts of like, you can go and volunteer, you almost like you had to put yourself back into everything, the lower frequencies, in order to recognize the distortions that are new and coming in. Because these 6 different people, and all different people, like that was my thing, is that I listened to all kinds of different people, not just one type, but the common denominator was that they remained being considered high frequency spiritual individuals that don't really go out into really don't go out to work or anything. Their thing is to just be channels and keep receiving and all this. Okay, so there is definitely something where their messages are really coming in. See, to say wrong is not correct either. They're just distorted. They're very distorted, these messages. Example would be like, it just feels like we need to remain on our path, okay? And somebody was talking about, light and love and bringing the light and being the light and all this other stuff. And it's like, yes, okay, I get it. But it's all about alchemy and transmutation, isn't it? It's all about balancing. Because if we are all about light, then what happens to the opposite? Right? There's no control of it. So what we are supposed to be doing is living a human life, but taking every moment to alchemize and turn it into a higher frequency. Every bad thing, to do our best to find positives, no matter how horrible it is, right? And it's difficult. It's really difficult, but that's why I say that, like, some of the highest frequency light workers have been thrown back into these lower frequencies, because it's almost like filtering. It's like having murky water and then throwing some chlorine in it to start dissipating and breaking up and transmuting, clearing the water, right? So if you throw in a high frequency person who then goes through medical and sees the distortions, but understands the way that things need to play out in order to break through the distortions, and they still continue to go every day to their job, to their situation, and in their heart they feel the emotion of gratitude and peace, even in the recognition of the darkness or the density that they're sitting in or going into. That is alchemizing and transmuting. That is raising the frequency of everything around you. So when this, like one or two spiritual people, and you notice it too, because it's like, and we recognize this as especially those who were spiritual speakers and such, and then they went back um into their lower frequencies to help, right? We remember how it was to receive a download, and it's like, oh, something is coming in, and I'm talking about it, and you're talking about it, and you're talking about it, and the person all the way on the other side of the world is talking about it, and we're all talking about it at the same time. So obviously it's something that came in, right? So what I'm seeing is that there are some things that are coming in that are actually not I don't know where it's coming from, honestly, but it's just what is happening is because these spiritual people who are not allowing themselves to be in the lower frequencies to work into there are saying things that are a little distorted, and then that throws all of us off track, especially ones who are still trying to find their way. So, again, about the, light, everything is light. This is light. That's light. This is light. No, everything is not light. Not everything is light. But we can be light, the light. We are the light. We are light and dark. Light is all frequencies. Light is all colors. Light is all everything, right? So when we say we are the light, that means that we are all of it, not just, ooh, we're bright white, we're bright white. And then the other thing that I noticed is happening a lot again is we must have to be clearing out the patriarchal programming again, because there is a lot of he, God stuff. And we know that there's not just one gender. There's not just one. It's an energy. We are divinity. We are one. The divinity that people. I accept everyone's vision and version of what they believe. That is where you are. That is what you do. And even my vision and my version may not be either. Maybe somebody who has more understanding and more clarity would look at me and say, no, that's not all right. But me, with my frequency, with my energy, with my voice, is going out and is helping speak to those who are going to see this, because the intention is those who shall see this must see this, and it is what it is. We are infiltrating densities, and we are alchemizing and transmuting those densities real time. And our power comes in our ability to manage ourselves. We manage ourselves by each moment, whatever crazy, chaotic thing may be happening, we steal ourselves away, and we remember that things can happen around us, but they don't have to happen to us. They can be, you sort of float on the surface. Don't dive into the choppy water, just kind of float on the surface when things get too crazy, And in true fashion, that's it. That's all that needed to be said. So I hope that you felt into this message here. I hope that you received what you need to receive. And just know that at the end of the day, the only thing that is correct is the thing that you in your heart is deciding. Okay, so when you in your heart purely make a decision, that it's like not made with the mind, but it's made with okay, this is what needs to be done next. This is what needs to be done next. It'll always steer you eventually exactly where you need to be. Just doing it. The main things are the gratefulness in emotion. True, not just pretend grateful, but gratefulness. happiness, love, in every situation, trying to find that peace, P-I-E-C-E, the peace, and peace, P-E-A-C-E, right? So, yeah, I hope that was all of the message that was supposed to come in. But yeah, I was just very concerned and thoughtful about the things that are being said. And I know a lot of people are following and looking for something from these spiritual people, and something ain't right now. Something is really like distorted. These messages that are coming in for them that they are receiving has, because sometimes, you know what, sometimes messages, you have to know, is it good? Is it good? Because messages come in only if they're good. You know what I mean? Like when it's a negative message about something, usually there's something attached to it. Your own stuff is usually attached to it, or someone else's, you know? Yeah. Yeah, that's it.